Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about the West Coast Avengers. A turbulent time for the team. There's a schism within the lineup. We're going to talk about issues 37 to, I think, 41 we're going to cover. We have an annual there in the middle. And in this first issue, this one's a real gem. Written by Steve Englehart. All these issues are written by Mr. Englehart. Art by Al Milgram. We have the separation between Hawkeye and Mockingbird. Hawkeye finds out that she's responsible for the death of Ghost Rider, the old school one, the cowboy Ghost Rider. Back when the West Coast Avengers had traveled through time, Mockingbird was stuck in the Old West. She was drugged, lied to, and hinted that she was raped multiple times. When she realized about this whole situation, tried to escape. This ended with the death of Ghost Rider. She kept it a secret. Hawkeye ends up finding out. This leads to the divorce between both of these characters that loved each other so much. Hawkeye does not want to hear anything. He doesn't want to have any justifications. This leads to a schism within the team. But here, especially in this issue 37, Steve Englehart really pours out his heart and soul on his views about marriage, relationships, death, vengeance. Like, there's moments that we have walls of text here. Each character giving their position and on this whole situation and giving their 2 cents. 2 team members side with Mockingbird, saying, "Hey, if push comes to shove, you gotta kill. You gotta kill." We have Moon Knight and Tigra. They end up leaving the team. They're going to sort of work parallel to the West Coast Avengers. They're not going to be like this Black Ops team that does super dark stuff, by no means. But they're going to be out there sort of parallel to the West Coast Avengers. Because I always liked West Coast Avengers more than the East Coast during the 80s. So Hawkeye's left with Wonder Man, Vision, Scarlet Witch on the team. When Mantis arrives, Mantis actually literally says, "Hey, those other Avengers that were leaving the team, they left the door open, they let me in." Mantis obviously loses her shit for no reason, starts attacking the team. Hawkeye realizes something's not right. He realizes that the Voice, this Ant-Man villain that actually popped up in 3 issues or 2 issues before, the one responsible for the attack, he pretty forcefully tells the Voice, "Make her stop attacking us. She's a real handful." So Mantis tells the Avengers she's pretty much amnesiac. She doesn't know what happened to her or what's the deal and why there's a gigantic truck parked outside of my house. So if you hear that motor, it's that terrible truck that on Sunday decides to park outside of my house. So we got the mystery. What happened to Mantis? Because she got married to the Kotati swordsman and went out into space, and we're going to have the Messiah space child. She was the celestial Madonna. So the next issue in order within this compilation, we get West Coast Avengers annual, part of the Evolutionary War, and it's actually cut in half. First we have Hawkeye's team having to deal with High Evolutionary's forces in Wakanda. So we're going to get Black Panther popping up. And then we're going to have Mockingbird's team teaming up with Black Goliath in Savage Land. And the stories themselves, they're not too great. We have Bill Foster. He's trying to find a complete cure for cancer. He was cured, but sort of messed with his powers. He's not really okay, so he sort of infiltrated High Evolutionary's organization to be able to do his own investigations. He knows High Evolutionary's up to no good. It's not clear if High Evolutionary wants to kill all intelligent life and restart Earth, or kickstart the evolution and make evolution just go crazy with life that's already as is. I'm not sure if this is a translation issue or a consistency issue within each one of the tie-ins, because I've read one tie-in where it says he wants this and another one he says that he wants that. So he wants to get his hands on vibranium. It's going to be part of this evolutionary bomb that he's planning to create. So obviously his forces go to Wakanda. We have Hawkeye's team teaming up with Black Panther, fighting against a group of unconsequential villains. Then we have Mockingbird going to Savage Land with Moon Knight and Tigra, and fighting toe to toe against the High Evolutionary. We get Bill Foster that gets his powers back. We get Black Goliath, character that joins the team for exactly one issue. Then we get issue 38, which is the ultimate filler issue. Like, it's freaking hilarious how bad this issue is. The West Coast Avengers have to go against the Defiler. They're literally flying on the ship after this whole situation with the High Evolutionaries. Hey guys, do you remember the time we fought against the Defiler? This dude created these portals out of billboards and out of those giant screens in concerts that would capture people, and he would feed off. It was just really weird and stupid, but he was a heavy metal singer. But this issue's, it's crazy bad, but I really recommend you guys go read it because it gets really bizarre. And we even have Iron Man on the team that he wasn't on the lineup at the moment. So it's one of those typical issues. Feels like the writer of the series just couldn't meet the deadline. He had this issue on the back burner. He's like, okay, we got this one here. Plop. They plopped this issue. And I couldn't find who was credited to writing it. It's not Steve Englehart. It's DJ Chichester and Margaret Clark. Those are the ones responsible for this turd. So, get to issue 39. We have Mantis looking for answers, trying to understand what happened to her husband, what's her situation in the world. Mockingbird having to deal with an attack by the Ghost Rider. He's still pretty pissed off that he was killed by her. Ghost has been manipulating the situations during most of this West Coast Avengers run in general. Hawkeye and company, they end up going back to this temple where Mantis had trained, and they go to Swordsman's tomb. And the Kotati swordsman, for some reason, pops up. He's really pissed off and starts attacking Mantis. Things get really weird. I really don't understand the whole situation about Mantis and the Kotati, and her being the Celestial Madonna, and their child is going to be like the space messiah. And for some reason, Kotati swordsman has to kill this green mantis because she's actually a fake mantis. The real one just pops out of this grave, and she starts talking about how her and Kotati swordsman consummated their relationship through spirit, and they had their space Jesus plant messiah, and left the child. They can grow on their own. I'm not sure how that works, but she's pretty much free. She's not a mother anymore. She wants to go back on adventures, and it just gets really weird. So after that, we go to issue 40, where we have the Avengers having to deal with the Nightshift. It's this really weird team that has a monster theme to him. The leader of the team was Shroud. He was actually approached to be a West Coast Avenger. And the funny thing is, Mockingbird takes down one of the Nightshift members, this guy called Digger. And the Nightshift thinks he's still on the West Coast Avengers, so they're really pissed off, and they go out and attack the West Coast Avengers. They actually really give them a hard time. And right when the West Coast Avengers are about to take down the Nightshift, again, they're not straight up villains. They're a really weird team. They're sort of like monster superheroes that do get into pretty sketchy stuff. Shroud arrives and tells Hawkeye's like, you leave my team alone. And Hawkeye totally backs off. And in issue 41, we have Mockingbird, Moon Knight, and Tigra having to fight against these forces of Seth. I'm not sure what, I think these guys were being a problem towards Thor. I think he's a classic Thor villain. Not sure why they're attacking Moon Knight. We also have Damon Hellstrom, trying to give Mockingbird a hand, trying to find out if the great grandson or great nephew or something like that of Lincoln Slade, who was the ghostwriter that had drugged her and done all those terrible things, if he's the new ghostwriter and has been pestering her all this time, and we discover that actually he has two ghosts of Ghost Rider within her, and things just get really crazy. We have two Ghost Riders fighting. We get these the forces of Set attacking Moon Knight, Khonshu popping up and just abandoning Moon Knight through half the fight. Moon Knight just losing all his weapons for some reason. It's really confusing. Like Englehart just went for way too many things in this particular issue. But all I can say is I'm gonna leave this issue here, this video here. Read West Coast Avengers. It's a beautiful and surreal series. Englehart just does a fantastic job. He's a super creative dude. And it's 80s as hell. So see you guys next time. Bye.